I'll take it to Parliament. Minority MPs on Parliament's Public Accounts Committee are questioning the basis for which the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation donated about 5 million Ghana cedis to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Rebecca Foundation, or Chihine, among others, in the name of corporate social responsibility. At today's public sitting of the committee, Ningo Prampram MP Samuel George produced a 29th October 2019 letter from GNPC's board secretary Matilda Ohene to the CEO, communicating the board's approval of the donations and sponsorships. 400,000 cedis of the amount is to support preparation for the Damba Festival, 300,000 cedis to the 20th anniversary celebration of the Ochehene, 1.5 million Ghana cedis to the Ochehene's Environment and Greening Project, and 550,000 cedis to EOCO. 120,000 cedis went to the Rebecca Foundation. Rebecca Foundation is the First Lady's Foundation, and $30,000 to the Ghana Boxing Association, some 50,000 cedis to the Ghana Journalists Association. GNPC Deputy CEO Joseph Dazi told the committee he did not have the full details of the issue, as it is the GNPC Foundation which runs such sponsorship and donation activities. That prompted Chairman of the PAC, James Aveji, to question the GNPC board on why they approved the donations instead of the GNPC Foundation's Board of Trustees. Let's get to Parliament and speak to Joseph Opoku Gakpo, our correspondent on the ground for us. Hello, Joseph. Right, we can hear from Mr. Aveji on that right now.
Usually when we are sitting, we don't need his presence personally, but we need his representative, who is the person of Mr. Duku. And Mr. Duku has been here, and today was present with his team. So once the rep of the Auditor General is here, it is assumed the Auditor General is here. So the physical presence of
Mr. Demolovo would not
affect the work of the committee.
But we know you've had concerns about him being on leave. Do those concerns still stand, even after the back and forth between himself and the presidency and his office?
Yeah, we have those concerns. We think that the Auditor General is not supposed, or his work is not supposed to be interfered by anybody. But that is an issue which is in court, so we might not comment much on it. Let's wait for the outcome of the proceedings of the court. But that is our position, that the Auditor General's work need not to be interfered by anybody.
And for you, what the presidency did by asking him to go on leave amounts to an interference?
I've said it severally, but it is wrong for the president to do that. As we said, there is nothing in our record that should talk about accumulated leave, and then also, even if there is anything like that, interfering, asking the Auditor General to proceed on leave amounts to interfering in his work. But the provision of the Constitution was clear. The Auditor General should not be interfered in the conduct of his work by any institution or anybody. And so that is something that we are standing on.
And you remain confident that the court will uphold this position?
Yeah, we think so. We pray that the court listen, look at the proceedings and look at the provision of the Constitution and then rule in favor of the Auditor General.
What more can we expect from the sitting of the PAC in the days ahead?
We are expecting a total of about 49 public boards and corporations. So today we have had only 4 of them, or 5 of them. So which means that the remaining 10 days we are going to deal with over 40. So we believe strongly that by the time we finish, we would have covered the 2017 report of the Auditor General.
Finally, today's sitting, there was more like the verbal misunderstanding, between the acting CEO of the GNPC and Mr. Sam George.
He's not acting CEO of GNPC. He's a deputy CEO of GNPC, and I do not think that there is a misunderstanding. His position, the deputy CEO's position, is that the public interest question being asked by Sam George, he hasn't got sufficient information, and therefore he cannot respond to those issues, which I agree with him, because it's public interest question. It's not covered by the report. And the practice of our committee is that we always allow public interest questions to be asked. Questions that are ranging in the public domain. And once we have the opportunity of meeting the institution or the organization concerned, we ask for clarification. And in this case, he has no sufficient information to give. And that is why.
James Klucha-Veji there. Let's hear from the ranking member on the committee, Kofi Otrejakum. He says the minority is pursuing political mischief.
It was not, it's unfortunate, it was not the appropriate platform. First of all, our mandate is to look at the Auditor General's report. And in this case, we are looking at Auditor General Report 2017. So if you ask any question that is outside that purview, normally it's not allowed. And before you even allow to ask a question, it is up to the leadership of the committee to agree that this is okay, what we normally call public interest question. But you see, we as a committee should not be questioning people who are not before us. EOCO is not before us. GNPC Foundation is not before us. So whom are you asking the question? Unless you want to do political mischief. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it was not the appropriate place for it, because those people were not before us. And they are not issues raised by the Auditor General. So it was inappropriate. It was simply political. And we as a committee try to avoid such things. But we can also, the other side can also do things like that. And I don't think it will then derail the objective of the committee. We are supposed to look at issues impartially, devoid of political if you like, political strategies and that sort of thing. So the question was not appropriate. It was not for the forum.
But as is Christian, a public interest question, shouldn't the public be interested if GNPC is spending up to what, $5 million or so, including money that's going to chiefs and money that's going to EOCO, and demanding answers on that?
Organizations, corporations, ministries spend money for public interest and all that. They spend money in all sorts of things. But the point I'm making is that it is not up to us. You see,
if not the people's representative, then who? Then who should be asking those questions?
It is not up to
because
us.
Obviously GNPC money is the same. It's
not up to us to judge the wisdom of that thing, unless the people are before us and we are able to ask them questions. Now they are not before us. We have not invited them on that issue. So if you ask that question, who should answer? That is all I'm saying. And we operate within a law set by the Constitution to look at the report of the Auditor General. Were these issues in the report of the Auditor General? It was not. So it was not appropriate. And I'm saying that our optimal objective is to make sure that we do our work without anybody trying to introduce politics into it as well. Because you see, I can tell you, these reports we are looking at are 2016 reports, even though we call it 2017. There are issues that happened in 2016, 2014, and 15. And if you want to do politics, there are many issues that we also can raise. That will be political. But we try to do a professional job, so that is the point.
But finally, as an MP, how can we ensure that the GNPC actually spends resources on the things that are actually necessary and are required, and that they don't do expenditure that will end up raising ideas?
As a public institution, they have a statute. They have what regulates what they should do and what they should not do. So it is up to the Auditor General to go and check and see whether they are doing what they should do and bring that report to us. Do you understand?
That may end up happening in the next 4 or 5 years, as we are looking at 2016 now, by when the issue may be.
We cannot prejudge. Supposing whatever they have done has received the approval of whoever is supposed to approve, the board and other thing, and that it has gone according to the law. What is our issue? What is our issue? You just treat in the public domain, and the people are not before us to even explain. So how do you then deal with such an issue? Everything is governed by law. and statute, and every organization is governed by law and statute. And if what their statute.
Well, there you have it, how the Public Accounts Committee sitting went today. We're told that there were flared up passions there today as the conversations went on. Joseph Apukugakpo will bring you more in our subsequent bulletins on how it all went down.